Brandy Sutherland is a working mom and an accountant who now wants to represent District 3 on Summerville's Town Council this November. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with her one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores.
Oh, Brandy, it is so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I appreciate this. Well, I went on your Twitter feed, and I looked at your Twitter bio, that is.
Yes.
And it says this: my name is Brandy Sutherland, and I'm running for Summerville Town Council, District 3. Tell me why Brandy Sutherland, why now?
I feel like there's some underrepresentation of people like me on town council in Summerville. I'm a young working mother, raising my kids here in Summerville, and we don't have any representation on town council. To my knowledge, there's no one on town council under the age of 40. And we do make up a large portion of Summerville, of the population, younger working families. And I feel like we should be represented on town council as well.
And obviously, there's a lot of division going on right now on town council. So describe to me Summerville Town Council in one word.
The word that comes to mind is, well, it's not one word, but there's just a lack of consensus as far as the direction the town should be going in.
I want to fast forward to Monday. You and I have something in common. I'm going to be the moderator of the House District 99 debate coming up on October 25th, that is. But Monday, you have your own debate.
That's right.
Against your opponent, Mr. Bailey. And you said this on Facebook, quote, "I'll be participating in debate on Monday night. The public is able to attend as well as submit questions in advance." So what questions do you want to hear from the public?
I expect to hear questions about the major issues in town, which two of them being traffic and growth. And I think that a lot of the questions will be on various aspects of those issues. I also expect that there will be some questions about, why do I feel I'm qualified to run for this position? What can I bring to the table? Those sort of things. But I do expect most questions to revolve around the issues.
Let me go to those issues, because obviously you said this on October 11th, quote, "Let's talk about one of Summerville's biggest problems, traffic." How did that become a problem?
Traffic has been a problem in Summerville for a while, and it's mainly due to the growth. We've grown pretty quickly, and our infrastructure has not kept up with the growth. So when you have all these new residents coming into town, but the roads aren't getting any bigger, you get stuck with a lot of traffic. So a lot of people are upset. They want to get where they want to go, and they don't want to be in their car for an hour. So a lot of the problems that we have, we just haven't been able to get ahead of them. The town council hasn't gotten ahead of the growth and kept the infrastructure on pace with growth. So what I'm advocating is that there are some simple solutions to some of our problems. We can add or extend turn lanes. Maybe roundabouts are a good option in some places. Okay. And then in some places it's just as easy as resequencing a light, and we're going to get traffic moving. So I think those easy things that town council can really get done, we should be doing them. We should be listening to constituents and their ideas about how we can improve some of those traffic problems. And then some of our other bigger traffic problems are going to require road projects, which are going to be more long-term, and we can't expect them to be resolved right away. But what I would say is, if I'm elected, I'm going to make sure that we're staying on top of those things, and that we're having a lot of collaboration and communication with the agencies that are responsible for those projects, and that they're moving along.
And obviously you talk about the constituents. I know that almost every day, and even on the weekends, you're out canvassing.
Yes.
When you knock on those doors, what are those people telling you?
Well, a lot of people do tell me that the traffic and growth are their biggest issues. And that's usually before I even have a chance to tell them that that's on my platform. So that tells me that, we're in sync as far as what the major issues are in Summerville.
Okay.
I think Summervillians are also just ready for change. Our town council has kind of been saddled with this black cloud of discord for a while, and the residents see it too. When I speak to residents, they say, "I'm tired of them fighting. I want them to get along. I want things to get done without all of this discord. And so what I tell them is that I don't have any of those interpersonal conflicts with anyone. I'm not loyal to the mayor. I'm not loyal to the previous mayor. I don't have any connections to anyone. And so all I want to do is bring some professionalism back to town council and just address the real issues and start getting things done.
And speaking of getting things done, I know you said on September 26th the following quote, young working families deserve representation on Summerville's Town Council. I want to make sure that the tax dollars are spent wisely and that our budget is balanced. Because that's what I do every day as an accountant. The budget.
Yes.
How does it look in your mind in Summerville?
My issue with the budget for 2018, which just came up for first reading on Thursday night, my issue with the budget is that it's being called a balanced budget, but it requires that we take $4.2 million from our excess fund balance. And I think everyone could probably agree that if you're having to borrow money from your savings account to just meet your expenses, that's not a balanced budget. It's also not sustainable for the long term. I mean, we're going to run out of those excess funds, and then what do? Are we going to then be raising taxes on our residents to cover our expenses? Or are we going to have to drastically cut our services so that we can operate on the revenue that we have? So I just don't think that it's a long-term solution, and so we shouldn't make it a short-term solution either. That we should figure out how can we make this budget work where we're not taking so much money from that excess reserve.
I know that, and I read on your campaign website that you've been living in and out of Summerville for 20 years.
Yes.
What is the biggest difference between 20 years ago and now about Summerville in your mind?
The growth is definitely the difference. When I first moved to Summerville, North Main Street, Highway 17A was just a little 2-lane road, no Walmart, no Target, no shopping centers. I believe there might have only been like one stoplight.
Wow.
So it was a very small town feel, not a whole lot of businesses along the way. And now we've got a booming area in Summerville with shopping centers. Obviously, we've widened 17A
Right.
and Main Street. So it's vastly different than it was 20 years ago. But I still feel like we have a little, we want to maintain a small town mentality. We want to keep the small town tradition, but we have to incorporate some more modern amenities that people want, and kind of, have places that people want to go, new variety. I love downtown Summerville. I love the charm.
Yes.
We have a lot of great small businesses there. But I think we need some variety, and we need to figure out what is the secret sauce per se to make our downtown a place where people want to go and shop and hang out,
Sure.
and we get the foot traffic that the businesses need.
Sure.
So I kind of went off track
Oh,
here,
no
but it's definitely much different than 20 years ago, and we have to start realizing we've got to think forward thinking, because 5-10 years from now, Summerville is going to be even different than it is now. So we got to plan for that, and what changes are we going to make along the way?
Let me reset and talk to you about you personally. Obviously, you are a working mom.
Yes.
You're an accountant. You're married. And you just entered the race on July 4th.
Yes.
But who is Brandy Sutherland when you take off your soon-to-be political hat?
I'm just a mom. I'm just a regular person. A regular person that's passionate about things and feels like I can make a difference. And that's what I want to do. And I think oftentimes people are made to feel that you can't run for an office until you've achieved some level of experience, or you've met some educational goal, or if you're not of a certain occupation, or if you're not in a wealthy family or a well-known family, that you're not supposed to participate in the political process. And what I want to do is say, I'm not going to play into those artificial barriers that people want to place on holding political office. That I feel strongly that if you feel passionate about something and you have something to contribute, that you should run for something. whether it be town council or school board or your president of the United States. If you feel that you can contribute and you can make a difference, then I encourage everyone to do that. So yeah, there's nothing about me that's special.
Okay.
I'm just a regular person who wants to make a difference and wants to represent my district.
Okay. Well, Brandy Sutherland, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Thank you so much, Quintin.
Anytime.
All right.
Yeah.